Sophie Kinsella, the beloved author of Confessions of a Shopaholic, has died at just 55 years old and today. Readers around the world are heartbroken. Her family confirmed the tragic news, saying she passed away peacefully, surrounded by the things she loved most: family, music, warmth, and the joy of Christmas. In their emotional statement, they wrote, "We are heartbroken. We cannot imagine life without her radiance and love of life, what many fans didn't know is that Sophie had been fighting an aggressive form of brain cancer since 2022 for nearly 2 years. She carried this battle privately with unimaginable courage. She only shared her diagnosis in 2024, explaining that she wanted her children to process the news away from the public eye. Even during surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy, Sophie kept writing. She kept creating joy, even as she fought one of the toughest battles of her life. Before the world knew her as Sophie Kinsella, she was Madeline Sophie Wickham, born in London, studying at Oxford and working as a financial journalist. But deep down, she always wanted to tell stories. At just 24, she wrote her first novel. Soon, she discovered a new voice inside her, funnier, lighter, and full of charm, and that voice became Sophie Kinsella. And then came Becky Bloomwood, the chaotic, lovable shopaholic who captured the hearts of millions. Confessions of a Shopaholic became a worldwide sensation, selling millions of copies and inspiring the 2009 film starring Isla Fisher. Becky wasn't just a character, she felt like a friend. Someone readers saw themselves in, someone who made them laugh, even on their hardest days. Sophie went on to sell over 50 million books in more than 60 countries. She redefined romantic comedy, writing stories filled with humor, heart, and real-life struggles. Critics sometimes labeled her books as chick lit, but Sophie never let that define her. She simply said, "I write romantic comedies, that's what they are." And readers agreed. Even in her illness, Sophie never stopped being a storyteller. Her final novella, What Does It Feel Like?, was inspired by her own battle with cancer. She called it her most personal and autobiographical work, a story written from the deepest part of her heart. After the news broke, tributes poured in from writers around the world. One author wrote, "She brought so much joy to the world." Another said, "She will live on in millions of hearts." And that's true. Sophie Kinsella wasn't just an author. She was a companion to anyone who ever felt lost, stressed, hopeful, or in need of a laugh. Her characters became friends. Her books became comfort. And her stories became a home for so many. She is survived by her husband, Henry, and their 5 children, and by millions of readers whose lives she touched with every page she wrote. Sophie Kinsella, the unforgettable voice behind Confessions of a Shopaholic, may be gone, but her stories will continue shining forever. May she rest in peace.